think I don't know who was here next. I'm just gonna bring up the person that's next in line. MysticFlow, how are you? Are you what is your age and religion?
I'm 20, about to be 28, and I don't have a religion, but I can also consider myself to be a true Christian. And like at first I was like, man, listening to that live, it's like, oh my God, this dude doesn't realize that he sounds completely crazy. And I totally saw your perspective, and it was so amazing to see the progress of everything.
Yeah, that was an interesting call.
Yeah, yeah. He was like, at first you were like, making him question whether or not he was crazy, and he was like, am I possibly crazy? And then like, it was interesting, definitely entertaining. But yeah,
Cool. What brings you to my stage?
getting back to the top, huh?
Oh, what brings you up?
Oh yeah, like I bring a new perspective of what and why Christians believe why they believe what they believe. I'm not religious at all, and I have a new perspective, so I want to share it with you.
Okay.
You open to hearing? You seem like a
Sure.
person
Yeah.
that's open to hearing it.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
If it's not
so
harm, doesn't seem it's probably not gonna be harmful, right? So yeah.
no, it's not. Like to me, everyone has a different perspective of reality. And
Mhm.
we shouldn't push our own understanding and experience of reality onto others. Because every single person is an individual. And
I
so
kind of
like,
agree. I mean, it depends on what you mean by push. Like, I like to challenge people on what they believe, but
yeah, yeah, that's great. That's great. I'm not bashing that. I'm saying like, like how Christians and Muslim, they try to push their like salvation onto others.
Okay, okay, yeah. I wasn't sure if you meant
And
like
I
just
don't
in
like
general,
that.
like discussing it, or I'm not sure. Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
gotcha,
yeah, we could
gotcha.
discuss it, but like I don't like the attitude that like
Mm.
Christians and religious people have of like, I need to save you and like I'm gonna pray for you, and like, it's there's some degrading comments by them and their attitude.
Well,
It's
like
like they're blind, in
the
my
book
opinion.
the book really emphasizes that you need to be saved.
Mm. Yeah, but it's all individual, experience. Like everyone will realize who they are, you know, and it's like we're supposed to just like love one another as ourselves. Like see myself in you, and you see yourself in me, and we both treat each other with love.
Okay. Um.
And like that's what Christ said. Ultimately, commit. It was like y'all. This is the two commandments. This is very simple to follow. In my opinion,
That's
basically was
that's not
saying
technically what he
love
said.
neighbor himself, which meant all.
You're kind of getting some
Yeah,
ping
he said that.
pong. You're getting some
It's
like
in the
ping pong
Bible.
stuff. Do you have Wi-Fi or anything? You're getting like some like breaking up a little bit. But he did not say that you only need to follow
Oh,
these.
okay.
He said these are the two best ones that all the others hang on. So I think he was kind of implying that
Yeah,
like if you
exactly. So
follow these, then
basically,
like the others will follow.
exactly.
Right. But like it's just a point of
I'm
contention that I
going
have
through a
because a lot
tunnel
of
right now.
Christians say that Christ gave two new commandments and they erased the others, and I'm like, that's not what happened.
Mm.
um,
If you follow the two, all others will follow.
but like so do you think don't accept Christ? Do you think that there's any kind of consequences for them?
Also, the thing about accepting Christ is accepting the words as true of like love your neighbor as yourself, and you will love all of reality. Because
No, wait.
technically our
The
neighbor
other
is not
commandment
just human
was to
beings.
love
Our
God.
neighbor,
What? I'm
like,
sorry. You said the love reality, but the other commandment is to love the Lord your God, right?
yeah. So this is the two commandments. So he says it like this: love your neighbor as yourself. And the second commandment is like this one, meaning they both are connected. They go hand in hand. And so the second one is you love God with all your spirit, with all your might.
Hmm.
And so if you love your neighbor, which is anything outside of your body, like all the animals, trees, and everything, just love yourself.
You're breaking up again a bit. Sorry. I think we're missing some of your.
I- Truth.
You got some serious connection issues, I think.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I think it restored. So you were saying you gotta love your neighbor, and you were saying the neighbor
Okay.
is every living thing.
Yes, every living thing, life itself. And that's why Christ said, I am life. I am the life. If you realize that you are the life, then you will have eternal life, because the body is just a embodiment of reality. Your body only exists as it exists because of everything that surrounds your body. It's like the earth is only inhabited by because of the place that it's at. We are who we are based on our environment. We're reflections of everything that's outside of our body, and things and we also co-create with the environment. We are the environment itself. It's like the mentality of, like, we're not just in the universe, we are the universe, expressing itself.
Uh-huh. But like that, okay, I mean, like, that's a perspective, but if I don't want to worship Yahweh, what does that mean for me?
That's fine. Basically, you're not really supposed to worship a god. You're supposed to celebrate life, actually.
Why does it say to worship Yahweh in the Bible?
Misunderstanding, translation, people, receiving a message but not very clear and writing it down. And that's
How
why you're supposed to meditate on the word, and,
how
like,
did you figure it out?
you're supposed to read it.
How did you figure it out?
A deaf experience, and I clicked because before I was an atheist for like 4 years. I came from a Christian background, questioned their perspective for many, many, many years, and at the age of 18, I found out what God was, and I was just like, oh wow. And it was just life changing. It basically removed the fear of going to hell or to go to heaven. To me, it's about right now. It's like, are you bringing heaven onto your life, or are you bringing hell into your life, And it's about becoming an alchemist, because there are negative people out
Alchemist.
there. There are negative things. Alchemy, yeah, like basically anything that
Alchemy's
bad
not
happens.
real. Like it's like
It's basically this, the way I see alchemy. It's different than what people usually hear of
right.
it
I
being.
forgot every word is redefined with you. Um, what I want to know is,
So
aren't you just a
alchemy, it's
pantheist?
more of
Why do
like,
you consider yourself part of this religion? Just like a pantheist or a deist or something? Is why is it anything to do with this when it seems clearly nothing to do with it?
what, pantheism?
No, like your beliefs seem to have nothing to do with Christianity.
I know, right? It may seem at the surface like that's the case, but it's like all religions are a different perspective of reality, because that's what people are living. You experience, you write about what you experience, and it's like different people have made certain stories in different tribes, in different parts of the world, but they're all talking about just reality itself, life,
They're not.
and they just create like a
They're
structure.
not. They're actually doing very specific things. They're writing very specific things, and you're deciding that it says something that it doesn't. You've read into it and decided that it means something else because you are the one true Christian somehow. You're like the Jedi Master.
No, there's other people like me. I've met a lot of people on my page that have a very similar perspective.
No, I mean, like, I'm sure, but like, it's it's just weird. Like, I like the perspective. I think it's probably fine because like it seems like you've dropped all the crappy stuff about it. But like,
Yeah.
why keep any part of it when Christianity just seems like a vapid, like there's nothing there.
Yeah, well, I don't really like. To me, I see the truth in all religions. To me, I just live life. My goal is just to celebrate each
Oh, okay.
day
So like when you see
with
a
love.
Muslim panel, you
Yeah.
come up and you say, "Actually, I am like a Muslim." Or when you see like a Hindu panel, you say, "I am like a Hindu." Is that right?
Well, they will say that to me, and I'll be like, "Yeah, you're right. There are certain things
No,
that
that's
I
not.
see
I didn't
and
ask you to
are
say you.
similar to what you do."
So when you came up, you
Yeah,
said like,
I just
"I'm not a
don't.
Christian, but I am a Christian," right? And so I'm wondering, do you feel that way
Yeah.
actually about any other religion? Because it sounds to me like you actually identify as a Christian. Think everyone else believes what you believe
No,
secretly.
no. I actually identify as a Buddhist as well. I'm really into that. My best friend's from Nepal,
Hmm.
and so I'm like a little bit versed on the Hinduism. I've
Okay.
done multiple meditation retreats. explore different perspectives. You know, Native American practices.
Okay, so
You know,
what
just
of
different.
Christianity is it? Just the love your neighbor part? That's the only thing that you really think is like is good, but you hang your hat on it?
That to me is the most important thing. It's
Huh.
like if I'm not living every day, every moment, loving like life,
And then, oh yeah,
then having a
you
good time.
expanded out. I forgot you changed like the words to mean entirely different things. Why don't you
Yeah.
look? Have you looked into like other philosophies that aren't religious?
Yeah, I have too. I've done philosophy. I was going to be a leader of the philosophy club. The philosophy club teacher at my college, he asked me if I wanted to do it, but then instead I was like, nah, I'm good. And then I went to meditate at a retreat, and I believed that I was going to be a monk. But then I decided I was like, I don't have to be a monk. I could just live life and be a monk as I live life just like everybody else.
I think that's okay. It's an interesting take on monk being a monk. Is that you can just not be a monk and you're still a monk? Are you? Would you consider there are
Yeah,
multiple gods? Are there multiple gods or just one god?
just different perspectives of one God.
So
You
there
know,
is just one
it's
god.
all
Do you
consciousness.
believe there is one god?
Yeah, one God, just many different lenses in which many different people peers look into it. You know,
Why? Why would you think that? Why wouldn't you think there are multiple gods?
because it's all life, it's all consciousness, it's one universe, and many verses of the one universe. Like we're all different versions of the universe. You know,
Okay.
you
I feel
if I
kind of
lived
like we
another life,
bottomed
but
out. I feel like we bottomed out on your belief system. It's just like so shallow that we've hit the bottom already.
you think so?
Every question I ask you ends with like, well, it's all life. It's all life. There's nothing I can ask you that doesn't end with bottoming out at just a platitude.
Hmm. Yeah, to me, I just feel like that's what like resonates with me the most. And I guess I could like make it a little bit more entertaining. Maybe I should work on that because
When
I
and
thought
I have a
I've
question.
resonated with other people and they've enjoyed. So
I
this
mean,
is the
like
first time
you're a
I've
nice
had that
person.
feedback.
You're a nice person. I just think that
Thank you.
your beliefs are. I mean, they're weird. I guess they're weird, but they're also just like kind of. They seem narcissistic. So somebody on YouTube said, in the Hindu myth, one god killed and consumed another god. What is the lens by which this is actually just one god all along? That's a good question.
You said so one God unalived another God
And ate them, yeah.
and ate them. That's symbolism right there, man. I don't know what it means. Um, I would have to look into it. I have to think on that, you know? Because it could mean different things. It's all multidimensional.
Multidimensional.
It could mean multiple things at once. Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
So, but
And to
like,
me, the fruit of, oh, yeah, I could
when
explain to you the fruit of good and evil, you know?
you explain what?
You know how in the garden, in the Garden of Eden, like, it's a major thing. It's like, oh, they eat from the tree of good and evil. You know, they ate from the fruit, which is not an apple, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Most Christians believe it's an apple. But the thing about the fruit of evil, it's actually a mind state.
Mm.
And that's why I mentioned being an alchemist. Um, I'll get to the alchemist part. So basically, the fruit of good and evil is a mindset. So if you things that just, oh, that's bad, or oh, that's just good right there, then you're gonna be affected by them, and you're not going to transform that energy. So like, for example, when something bad happens to me or someone treats me badly with some negative energy, they come at anger, I just alchemize their energy and um, give them love. And some people have gotten into my life before.
Hey, are you start? I have a question.
The
So,
cross.
like, you've got so many like redefined words. I'm curious if you're starting your own cult. You've got so many redefined words. Heard
Oh
anybody
yeah.
talking about
Oh yeah.
alchemizing?
That is a
Hmm?
yeah. That is a concern. Actually, I don't want people to put me above themselves. I want everybody to realize that they have in their own experience, and Everyone's
you're
on their own journey,
you're
and
concerned that people
we're
are
not
gonna
all gonna
worship
see it the
you.
same way.
You're concerned that
Yeah,
people
I
are
do
gonna
have
worship
concern that
you.
people. I do, because that's how people be. It's like that's what they did to Christ. They worship Christ. It's like you're not supposed to worship Christ. You're supposed to be Christ. It's like, you know, there's no
Question.
one above me and no one under me.
This is a pretty good question from Discord. Do you have a job?
Oh yeah, I'm a handyman.
Oh, neat. Okay.
And I also just got hired today from the guy that I did a job with, and dude became my friend. I was like, man, this was an amazing day, and like now he wants to pay me just to hang out with him
Whoa. God, he might start
and be his
worshiping you.
personal assistant.
He might start worshiping you.
No,
Look out.
he's gonna pay me for my time.
Okay. Well, he'll pay you for pay you to
Nah, we
worship you.
bros.
Maybe.
Nah,
Okay.
he just found me really chill. And he was like, he just needs help and things. I'm gonna be his personal assistant, and he just wants me to be around and help him out.
That's cool.
Yeah. So life is going pretty good. Uh,
Well, I think I'm gonna move to the next.
oh yeah.
guest.
So you didn't want to hear fruit of good and evil?
Oh, I mean, like, it sounds like you're just gonna make up a story, and like, I honestly don't know how to engage with you. Like, I want the either be like about a thing that makes sense, like talking about an actual thing that makes sense, and your story, just your ideas don't make any sense. So it's just like really hard. Like a bunch of people listening to somebody rambling, and like engaging with you is hard because like you're really nice,
Okay, I
and I
get
don't
it.
want to be mean to you. Like I don't want to like you're so much nicer than most people that are crazy, but like I think you're kind of crazy, and so I don't want to be mean to you.
Yeah, no, I could sound crazy.
Yeah.
I know it's hard to understand because I've had to come upon this information. I basically had a unaliving experience, and it was like very intense. So I had an unaliving experience when I was 2, and that's why I always questioned God's existence. I had another unaliving experience, and that right there was like opened my eyes, and I was like, okay, God's right here, right in front of me. And so I see just every physical thing in reality as a different version of God's possibility of existence.
Okay. Well, I see it as and God doesn't exist, but I appreciate your perspective. I hope you have a good time with that.
Thank you. You have a great night.
Thanks, Mystic. Good night.